we ended up barrel rolling 3.5 times, almost 4 times.
Billboard's gone. I'm on the other side backwards, out cold.
And I flipped like 5 times before we made it to the green flag. Man, it was a couple list. I can make a whole list from just this season.
Yeah.
You can find that on YouTube. I think it's called 31 flips from off of 2011. That was when I was driving someone else's Thunder car.
2016, August 16th. I was running 4th out of Schwegen in my fresh car. I just redid it. Coming around turn 1, a guy lost the left rear tire and I clipped it and I flipped 4.5 times.
Probably in the Mustang. I haven't had too many bad ones in the Sportsman. In the Mustang at Oshwegan, coming off turn 4, someone in I think it was maybe a Prelude or something, turned in front of me, and I cleaned the whole front clip of their car off.
2014, the track was dry when we started our feature, and they actually took us off the track, and we went in, they watered the track, they set us back out, we worked it in for like 5 minutes, and they're asking us all thumbs up or thumbs down, and everyone's giving thumbs down. We went green, went from 6, and I was going for the lead. I come out of turn 2 and literally slipped the right rear off the corner, come down in front of the whole field and died. I probably got hammered. We had the front clip and rear clip the car. And we were leading the season. We still won the championship that year. We were leading the points. I had to drive my brother-in-law's car.
I don't know. I haven't really been into any big ones. Actually, this year we had a pretty bad one at Oshwegan. I kind of got crammed into a couple of cars. It destroyed the cage. It busted our Nerf bars on both sides. Knocked the battery all out of whack.
Worst crash would be 2007. I can't remember the year because I'm kind of knocked out. 2008. It was at this race called the Formula Ford Festival. This huge one-off race it looks kind of like an open wheel, like a Formula 1 car or a Formula car, but no wings, and so no downforce.
I don't really know. I don't really have like a good crash. I did get, like last year I got T-boned. It was on the passenger side, so it wasn't too bad.
The one that looked the worst was the second time I flipped this year. But the one that did the most damage, honestly, would have been end of the year. I got in a little crash. The last car through hit me head on, and that just did the most damage to everything. Like, there's nothing left in my race car at that point. And my pocketbook, that was the worst one. Been very lucky so far not to crash him. I haven't even caused a yellow flag on my own, which is weird.
I think I cracked my, they call it the hamea bone in your hand. But we kind of kept on going and slowly found out that after that crash, it caused more issues kind of all over the place. And we just got it diagnosed on like the last race of the year. So it was like a month and a half. I think we went to like maybe 8 races, and then we tried this, we changed that. And then finally found out it was like our spark box, our ignition box. Tried to drive the car with it like that for like the last 4, 5, 6 races. You can hear it in some of the live video. You can hear it just sounds like a popcorn machine or a firecracker kind of going off under the car.
The guy was coming off turn 4, Casey Huffman. C-clip broke, axle came out, I hit it, and I flipped like 5 times before we made it to the green flag. It was the weekend of the All-Canadians, and that was Mike Bell's Thunder car. And we went and ran Flamborough in my mini stock the next day, like taped up, because I could hardly get in and out of the car. And then we ran that race at Flamborough, I'm pretty sure we won it. And then switched that car over to the dirt stuff and ran the All-Canadians the next day.
I had a good one. Well, Wyoming County, it's an asphalt track. I hooked my cousin's tire, flipped off my cousin, flipped the back straight away, over the wall, out of the park, took down there's a picture of a Pepsi billboard. I'm going towards it, then there's another picture before video, right? Billboard's gone. I'm on the other side backwards, out cold. Yeah, woke up to the medics, and had 2 hours straight of deja vu.
Recently, probably a year ago, in the Sportsman at Humberstone, unfortunately a car got around in front of us. I was kind of tucked in behind James there. He avoided it. When he avoided it, I had nowhere to go, and I kind of went up and over in the front of the car and kind of up onto the side and back down and cleaned the whole right side of my car off from headers off the engine, snapped the rear end in half. Personally, I was okay. Car, not so much.
The rollover was probably like the coolest looking one, but it didn't really like hurt all that bad. And it wasn't even like a roll, it was a half a rollover. And I don't even know who it was that hit us on the bottom side to help us from not rolling over. Yeah, the 10 car, right? I don't know who he is though. I've seen him a couple times. I've seen the car a bunch of times, but hey, whoever drives that 10 car, thanks, buddy. I don't know who it is. I went that night. We went to go and say like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Because like the front end of his car was destroyed, and like we went there and I couldn't find anybody. I stopped talking with Kenny and Jay and some of those guys, and then I came back and he was gone. He was like a fart in the wind. He was just gone. So I don't know who he is, but thanks for not letting me roll over.
And then when I was on my side like this, Bryce Richardson caught the front of my car and spun it around this way. Oh. Yeah, it's on YouTube. The car yard sale from turn 1 to turn 2.
Holy
Yeah.
My worst crash would have had to been 2 years ago. We were in a heat race, racing with Tyler. And about 2 laps in, we blew a right front, and we ended up barrel rolling 3.5 times, almost 4 times. Landed back on the wheels. Unfortunately, I thought our season was over. About a week later, we were able to get the car back together, and a week after that, we got our first career win.
And it's this huge event. So it's like 150 racers from all over the world that have qualified for this one event. And so there's no points, it's just glory. And you face off and it's a deadly race. Like, so we made the final, we were running wherever, top 15 or whatever. And a car had caught one of my wheels, and like, obviously they're way open wheel cars. So it's not like they're modified, like the wheels stretch out massively. Anyway, he launched over me, and then as it caught the ground, it came back and it took the top of my helmet off. So the car hit me kind of in the forehead and took the top of the helmet off. And I kind of went lights out at that point. And so that was a pretty massive concussion. And interesting thing with concussions is like, you know, I felt okay. But then I had like a stutter for like 6 months, and I had to like really think of like how to say words before I could say words, and started to spit when I talked, which was never a thing. So yeah, like it messes you up, and you know, but cure to that is you got to get back in the race car before you get scared. So you just like, get me back in the race car. I can't really think, but like I can drive. So like, let's do it.
Yeah, that was pretty rattler. I've wrecked the bucket.